If you're a coach who is growing your coaching business, email marketing is non negotiable. Maybe you think you're terrible at tech, and actually, maybe you are challenged with tech, but I'll tell you, Flodesk is an easy tool. I'm going to actually teach you how to use it in one training. I'm Debbie Shadid. If we haven't met, I've helped thousands of coaches not only build but grow easy to operate businesses. And I love to help women, particularly over 50, learn the technology, conquer the technology that has been holding them back. If you're ready to get going, we're going to step into Flodesk. I also want to mention to you that at the time of recording this, Flodesk has great pricing. I'm going to leave an affiliate link in the comments. And I want to make sure that you're able to lock in their low pricing right now before their prices go up. It really is the easiest to use and for sure the best value on the market. Let me give you an overview of what you will find inside of Flodesk. So first of all, when you start on this side, the right side of the screen, you will see how you set up your Flodesk account. And on the first time of setting it up, you will need to set up your email and it does need to be verified. You will also need to set up your domain and also get that verified. If you don't know where to find your records for your domain, it may be at GoDaddy, wherever your domain is held. It could be Squarespace, but I'm going to leave that up to you to find your domain records, but make sure that you get your domain authenticated. I also want to mention that Flodesk has a Facebook group that is actually really a great group. There are team members from Flodesk inside of that group, and they will answer questions. And quite honestly, I believe they answer questions there, along with a community of other people who are using Flodesk, faster than you can get questions answered through the actual Flodesk help desk. So go to that Facebook group, join that, and follow along. Flodesk has a checkout, which I am not using. I actually think there are some other places that you can get checkout for less money and for easier ways. We can talk about that in another training. I love Flodesk because you can add your own branding. You'll upload your logo. You can add your colors. These are 6-digit hex code numbers where I've added my colors to maintain that consistency with your brand. If you know me, you know I love a professional brand, and I really think that having consistency everywhere you are is the key to looking like a professional. And when you look like a professional, you're going to get paid more. So add in your hex colors. You can also add in your own fonts. If you do not have a font in Flodesk that is your font, then you can actually add a font. So you can go right here to manage and you can upload a font right here, upload a font. And that way, then you've got the exact fonts that you're already using in your business brand. I'll touch on this briefly. I do not want you to use double opt-in. That's my opinion. Double opt-in, let me explain that to you, is when somebody opts into your freebie, and you guys have seen this where you get another confirmation email that says, hey, just confirm that you actually opted into this. I think that you're asking people one step too many when you ask them to double opt-in. So I would have that turned off, but just so I explain every part of Flodesk to you, this is actually the confirmation if you do double opt-in, and this is the thank you page that comes up after somebody completes the double opt-in. There are integrations that you can use. I have my social media integrated. I have Canva integrated. There's lots of other things you can use. When you are inside of Flodesk, I want you to always remember about in the top left corner, the Flodesk logo, because this is the way that you navigate through Flodesk with the greatest ease. Anytime you're stuck, you can go right there to that Flodesk, which is always showing, and get back to a page where all of these items are showing. So this is your email, your forms, your workflow, the checkout pages, which I do not have activated, your audience, and analytics, which are fantastic. I'm going to start by showing you emails. When you click on email, one of the beautiful things about Flodesk is that they have graphics and designs that are outstanding. But I'm going to tell you the truth, it is much easier to design your own graphic than to use one of theirs. Let me just explain this. If you are going to use this right here, what you will find is that once you get in there and you start trying to make it your own, you have to find a picture that basically fits the space. You have to have just the right amount of words to fit the space. It turns out to be complicated. Now, they have some beautiful things. Their designs really look good on mobile phones, which is very important, but you can do the same when you say start from scratch. always recommend this. I've helped hundreds of clients. This is what I would recommend that you do. I'm going to name my email tester. And I'm going to show you when you first start, because I had my logo in there, it comes up already with your logo. It basically has a text box where you can copy and paste text in. This button can also be customized. This could link to your calendar, or it could also link to something free of value that you're providing your clients. You can have your social media links down here, and then your address does need to be included. I'm going to cover mine up so you don't see that. And then also at the very bottom, there is an unsubscribe button, and you can manage what you want the unsubscribe message to say. So it can be something like, hey, unsubscribe, no hard feelings. However you want it to read, that's what that's all about. So I recommend, from a best practice point of view, that you write your emails outside of Flodesk. I use Google Documents. And one of the beautiful things about doing that is you can always reuse your emails and update them on that Google document, and then just copy and paste them and move them over to Flodesk. Let me go over here and copy an email that I already have written. All right, we're going to go back to Flodesk. And we're going to add this in, copy and paste. And just a quick little tip here. This is saying that you're going to put in their first name if you have it, or it's going to say my friend. You can also change this by adding personalization right here by the @ sign. And you can say first name. And then if you don't want to say my friend, it could say, hey there, or hey there, friend. And that's what I'm going to insert there. So we've got the email copied and pasted in here. This is a freebie that I use with our clients. So I am going to go in here and I'm going to look for a font that I decide that I want to use. Let's just say we leave it whatever it's set on. This is exactly like Canva. You can change to any font that you want to. Here's a list of fonts right here. Change to any of those that you want to use. We can change to that. And then you can change the font size like you saw me do. Again, just like Canva, you can make this regular, you can make this bold, whatever you decide. Then you can change it to your brand colors. I've already got my brand colors added in. So I'm going to change it to my blue. Then you can change the alignment to whatever works for you. Uppercase, lowercase, all big letters or regular, and then the spacing. Again, just exactly like Canva, you can space out the letters. You can change your line height to make the email easier to read. Once you've got all of that done, you can also view it in mobile to see how it looks, which is great. You can go back here and go back to desktop and then back to editing. This is where you would attach a download. You will copy this right here. And I actually already had the download attached. What I recommend for a download is that you put into here, you would copy and paste the link. I'll go get a link from Canva so you can see me copy and paste that. I'm going to actually share a document in Canva that is the 3 email templates that I'm giving away here. I'm going to copy and paste that in, and I'm sharing, just as a quick pointer, the public view version of that Canva document so that if I need to make a correction on it, it is always live. You can make any corrections in a public view document and put it there. Now I'm going to change this color of this, and I think I'll make it red font, and maybe I'll decide to make all those letters bold, and maybe I'll decide to make them capital letters. Click to download. Then you can add in your own signature if you want to type your name in here, or if you want to add in a signature that I'll show you how to create, I can show you that as well. Couple other design points. These spacers are already in here, and I don't want you to delete them. If you were going to delete this, you would hit the delete button, and I want to show you what the difference is. Do you see how close it is to that logo? Where if you go back and you go right down here to undo, You will see it added this space back. And now let me show you. It's just a much cleaner look. When it comes to spacing, Flodesk has really nailed it. To have a more spacious, sort of spread out email is actually easier to read. If you want to duplicate any one section, you can do it right here, duplicate. If you want to take it out, you can go undo. If you wanted to move something like this section, by the way, did you notice here's the box and there's a spacer, okay? And then there's the button. If you want to move this to be right above where that spacer was, see, here's the spacer. Or if you wanted to move this to the top, which I would not recommend, the button should be a little bit lower down, but that's how you would do that, okay? You can also, if you don't like all this space right here, you can delete the space. And then again, we would want to move the spacer back to where it should be. The button can be changed to say whatever it is, like download the guide, and then you can add the link in here. This is that public view link. You can make the button any color that you want to make it and any shape. And the actual button color could be red. And you can change the font, you can change the positioning, you can change the size, anything that you want to change on there. Once you have this done, you're good to go. Now, if you want to take it a step further, and let's say you did want to add a custom signature, I'm going to delete this, my name right there. I'm going to add a box. And with that plus sign, there are lots of options that have just been brought up. So within this, let's just go through what is available and what you should be thinking about. Really, you're only going to worry mostly about this layout box right here. You could insert a logo, but we've got the logo at the top. You could insert a button. You can add a divider if you want to. The spacer that we mentioned, your social media links, and whatever the footer is. All of these things are already in here. So I'm not going to actually add any of those. They're already set up. And this was the email that said start from scratch. I do want to show you, though, how to find something that you could build a email signature out of. So these are the layouts. As I mentioned to you when we started, Flodesk has got some beautiful designs, but they actually are pretty hard to use. When you have something like this, you've got to have the right photo, for example, that has spacing. Let's just experiment with this. Let's just go to Unsplash. There are so many things that you can find there. We can go in here and we can add like book. Let's just find a book just to show, okay? So now this is a great example to show you because you can see how these designs in some cases don't work very well because now this text is on top of this photo and you'd have to have a photo with a blank space up here at the top. You can change the font if you want to, and you can change what this says, but even if you do that, it still has the text over the picture, which in theory looks good, but it does make it harder. And you can change, of course, the color, the font, all of those things, and show you some of the other ideas. So right now I'm looking for something that could be an email signature. Oh, this is another good one I want to show you. If you want to be able to add a different style of fonts and you're having a hard time finding your custom fonts, you would find them through this box. So remember I said my custom fonts were Playfair. So now I have had access to Playfair where up here in this regular one, I did not actually have access to Playfair. To do that, I clicked on the plus sign. I went to layouts and I kept searching until I found this one that said add some beautiful custom font. Okay. So I'm going to delete that one and I'm going to delete this one. And we're going to go back and keep looking for what would be a good example of an email signature. You guys are getting it all today. Okay, let's use this one. Okay. So I'm going to upload my photo. And now I'm going to add my name. And I will add email coaches build and grow profitable businesses. There we go. So you can put as much as you want there. And I think I will make this be a button. Move this back up there. There we go. I think I'll make this be a button. And I'm going to actually add my consultation link in here. Change the font color. Change the link. Change the link text. Schedule here. There you go. I think I'll change this actually back to white. I think that probably would look better there. Now you guys can see that we've got this messed up. I'm going to move this. It's so easy to navigate. I'm going to move this back down. With that said, now we've got my social media icons, my address, and the actual unsubscribe there. This button right here, I think I'm going to actually eliminate because we have the download right there. That will clean things up. And as I mentioned, I'm not going to have my signature there because I have my signature box. And I think in this case, I'm going to eliminate that spacer because I've already got one in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at it. I'm going to see, well, what do you think? Okay. Actually, I think that looks great. So you can see now I have been through every part of the process. You can view one last time and go back to editing if you need to. And our next step then is to go to next. And now we're going to choose who it's from. So you can fill this in. Debbie Shadid, it's who it's from. And there's my email address. Then I'm going to send it from this one. Continue. And we've got the subject line in there. Download your email template. And now we're going to choose who we actually want to send that to. I'll talk with you about audiences in just a moment, but you can find any kind of segment that you want to. These are various segments. I use this Flodesk account for training our clients. So when it comes to segments, that's actually choosing the audience that you want. So I have got in here an audience, and I think I will pick an audience, a bigger audience. Let's see, I'll take that audience with 19 people in it, and I'm going to exclude another group, and I'm going to hit save. Now we've got 15 people that this is going to, and I'm going to go continue, and you can test email. So you can send it to yourself. Highly recommend that you do that. You want to check all the links to make sure everything is working. Then you can schedule it, send it right now, or you can send it later. So you can schedule it for any time, day, custom time, best time, or pick their time. If we just said 8 a.m., 8 a.m., almost there. Here we go. I could press save and then schedule it. That's how we would get your first email set. That's everything about email marketing. Remember what I told you. If you ever want to navigate Flodesk, just go to the F and we'll be back to the top. Now I'm going to show you about forms, and we're going to do the same thing with forms. We're going to actually start with a new form. Let me explain what these are. Link in bio is just what it says. This is what a link in bio looks like. You can use that to add to your Instagram bio or wherever you want to be able to provide additional links. You see there's multiple links in this one link. So you can customize this. You would start by creating an audience, which I'll show you in just a minute how to do that. Then there's a pop-up, and that is exactly what it says, which is it pops up on your website, and it's the form that you fill out to get a freebie. An inline, let me show you what an inline is by going to my website. This is actually what an inline looks like, where you can click on that and go to a form for somebody to fill out. Let's go back to Flodesk, and I will tell you the one that I recommend that you use most often, and that is a full page. So you can customize this. There are many choices. Again, I would pick the simplest one to use. You don't even have to do anything fancy. Just pick the first one. Let's customize this form. When you make a segment, you're actually deciding on an audience, the set of people who are going to get this. To continue our theme, we were doing the email opt-in. So I'm going to put that email nurture series. Everybody who signs up for this is going to get the email nurture series that I promised them when they opted in. You can upload something from your computer, you can get something from Canva, which is beautiful, or you can get something from, as I showed you, Unsplash. Let's just add a photo and we'll just find a picture that we can put in there. Okay, they're going to put that there, and I'm going to say, get the email nurture templates. And I always recommend selling your freebie. You're going to put in here what it is they're getting from you. You can even take that off an email that you've pre-written, and you could put in 3 nurture email sequences. I'm just copying and pasting whatever was there as much as you want. And you can, again, do customizing the fonts the way you want to, any way you want, change the colors, change this font. Let's say the same font, change that color to my blue. And then you can put this to be whatever you want. First name, you're going to have it. First name has to be required. Email address is going to be right here. And then they can either download it directly, or you can say right here, get the guide. And then we're going to go over here to settings. And we have double opt-in turned off. It's fun to get notified when you're getting people opting in. So I would do that. You can also change and customize the link. This could say email freebie. And then you can also change the view of this. We could take off Flodesk. We could upload our own photo. So I'm going to find a logo to put in here. There we go. Perfect. And you can change this email nurture templates. There we go. You can give it, get your 3 templates. So now this is a little bit more customized. It still has Flodesk in the middle, but that's a little bit nicer. When you go to show the link to somebody, which I'll show you in a minute, it will now be customized. When you want to share this, you're going to copy this link right here. Now, what you use this for is you can add this actually to a link in your bio. You can share it in a Facebook post where you want to have a sign up form. You can share it on your Instagram story where you're going to share a link for somebody to sign up for something. And then this is the thank you page. You can add a custom message for getting the freebie. Okay, there we go. You get the link and you can copy this and share it. Okay, that is a form. Moving right along to the next portion of our training, we're going to talk about creating a workflow. A workflow is simply a series of emails that will go, and you could use these with the nurture sequence, which is for you to deliver the freebie. Once you deliver the freebie, you're saying, hey, here's the freebie. Make sure you use it. Maybe in the second email, one day later, you're saying, here's what I'd love for you to know about me and about what I do to support clients. And then the third email going one day later could say, I'd love for you to schedule a time to connect with me. That's basically what a workflow is. It's a series of emails that are connected, and you have a timing delay in between each one. So I'm going to create a new workflow. As always, they have beautiful examples, but we're going to start from scratch. When we go to do this, I am going to name it so I always know what it is. And what I recommend that you do before you ever even do the sequence is I recommend that you write the emails outside of the workflow. We have already written one email outside of the workflow, this one right here that I said tester. Let's imagine that we have written 3 emails. For sake of time, I'm not going to write it 3 times, but let's go back to that workflow. This is the tester. We're going to edit it. And the first trigger is saying when somebody gets added to the segment, this follows the form, guys. We had email nurture series. That was the segment. And then we're going to get the first email and we're going to say time delay, and it's going to be 1 minute. You must put a time delay in, and then we're going to add an email. and we're going to duplicate an existing email, which is this email with the download. They're going to go to the form. They're going to fill out the form that says, I want the freebie. Then it's going to tell inside of the Flodesk, hey, send them the freebie in 1 minute. And the first email is going to go. This first email is the one that we just wrote, which has the download your freebie right here. And you're going to say who it's from and the subject line. And now we're set. So the second email, there's going to be a time delay and it's going to go 1 day later. You can pick a certain time if you want to, a specific time of day, specific day of the year, or just say 1 day later from the time that they originally got it. If it was at 4 p.m. on Tuesday, the second email will come 4 p.m. on Wednesday. Now we're going to add a second email. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate. Remember, I said write all the emails outside. I'm going to duplicate the same email just for sake of time. And now we have the second email on there. Again, you check that. And then I'm going to duplicate and add another one in. We want to add one more day and add another email in. Again, duplicate an existing email. Now we have 3 emails in the workflow, and they're going to exit and go into all subscribers. Once somebody fills out the form, they're going to be put into the nurture email sequence because that's what the form said. We said on the form, we're going to put it in that sequence. Wait 1 minute. And they're going to get the first email, wait 1 day. They're going to get the second email, wait 1 more day, and get the third email. So another way to use a workflow is to use it for a workshop. In this case, you would have the form. It would say, save your seat for the upcoming workshop. And you would name the segment based on the name of the workshop. Let's just say it was Price for Profit for Coaches. Then in 1 minute, you would send a confirmation email. You'd be saying, hey, your seat is saved. The second email can go on a specific day of the year. So I'm going to have it go on the 19th at 12 p.m. to let people know that the workshop is tomorrow. That's what this email would say right here. It would say, hey, the workshop is tomorrow. That would make it starting on September 20th. And let's say it was at 10 a.m. So the next email that you want to send, you've got a time delay, and we're going to change that to be the next day. And if I said the workshop started at 10 and you want to remind them 1 hour before, you're going to send it to them at 9 a.m., 1 hour before. And that's what this email is going to say. Here's the Zoom link. We start in 1 hour. Then you're going to add another reminder in, time delay, specific time. And let's say we're going to do it at 9:55 a.m. And you're going to duplicate an existing email that's already written. This particular email is going to say, hey, the workshop is starting now. And then you're going to put them into all subscribers. That's how the actual email workshop reminders would work. You could also use a workflow with clients that join a program. They can sign up through the form, join your program, and they get weekly reminders from you. That could be another way to use it. By the way, the workflows will need to be published. Let me go back and show you that. You would hit the publish button right here. The next thing I want to show you is audiences. Now I'm going to have to cover part of this because there's private information in here, but all of your subscribers will be added in here. You'll be able to find out who is active. And then all of these are the segments that people have been added to, which I just explained to you. If we go and we look at all the segments, remember I've been using this as an example. I have a lot of segments. I have named the segments according to workshops, according to all kinds of things that we've done for various clients. And each segment, you can create a new segment, you name the segment, and you can pick the color and save it. So when you do a segment, just like what we were doing with the form, you can start the segment right here. And then when you go to create your form, you can pick the segment that's already existing, or you can create the new segment. Now, let me show you briefly about analytics. Let me find an email that I may have sent at some point that's not a demo. I sent this email to 171 people. And if you click on this right here, Here are the actual results of the email. 56% of the people opened it, which is phenomenal, and 10% clicked on it. So out of 171, 17 people clicked and 96 people opened. You can even go a step further and look at the details of that email, and you can see when it went out, what time it was, how many people it was sent to, how many people received it. Now, the difference between these two numbers is that there must have been 3 email addresses that were not good email addresses, so they didn't actually end in their inbox. Out of 168, 96 open and 17 clicked. We can see over 50% of the total number clicked. And unique means that 96 different people opened it, but it was opened 204 times. And then clicks, there was 17 unique clicks, 17 people clicked it, but it was clicked on a total of 28 times. It will show you 52% opened it on desktop, 47% opened on mobile. I think you guys will find that for most of you, most of your opens are on mobile. Email delivery, 98% were actually delivered to their inbox. There was no bounces, no unsubscribe, or no marked spam, which is excellent. That is your view of Flodesk. If you want to go back to the beginning and look, you can go right here. All I can say is that it is the easiest tool to use. It is very cost effective. If you're listening to this in fall of 2025, you can still lock in at unlimited emails and at a great price. Their prices are going up. So I encourage you to secure a lower price. Either way, or any way you do it, Flodesk is what I recommend, no matter what the price is, honestly, because it is so easy to use. So please come back and watch this. Let me know what questions you have. Tell me in the comments what you're curious about learning next. And please use my affiliate link, which is down below. Does get you 50% off the first full year. So have an amazing day. Make sure you email. Email is a great way to grow your coaching business, great way to connect with your clients, and for sure the most profitable marketing that I have ever done. Okay, that was it. That was a lot to cover in this training. If you're still here, congratulations. Now I know you know how to use Flodesk. It's beautiful because you can set up your brand in there and make it customized so you look like a total professional. You can send individual emails. You can use a form to capture email addresses and grow your email list. Highly encourage that you do that. Then you can use your workflows to deliver your freebie or to actually remind people about a workshop. And then I've shown you segments and audience and analytics. So now you have it. I can't wait to see what you do with Flodesk. Let's go do it, you guys. Grow your business through email marketing. I hope this was helpful. Make sure you follow, like, and subscribe for more trainings. Let me know in the comments what you would like to see next.